At the start of the story, we see a girl named Joey. Joey is super happy because after a whole year, she's finally going to meet her boyfriend. He had gone to Canada for work and now, after a year on the job, he's back. Joey's mom gives her the car keys so she can get there. We also find out that Joey is deaf and mute, meaning she can't speak. Her mom warns her that the route she's taking is really dangerous, so she needs to be careful. Here, she tells her mom not to worry about her, that she'll make it there. Then she gets in the car and heads to her boyfriend's place. She's super excited to see him. On the way, she spots a shop and pulls over. It's a gift shop run by an old man who sells handmade stuff. She buys a gift for her boyfriend from him. After that, she sits on top of her car herself. She takes a selfie and sends it to her boyfriend so he knows her location, and that she's on her way and will arrive soon. Seeing his girlfriend's photo, Dean gets really happy. Meanwhile, Joey sets off on her journey again. While driving, she's using her phone, which distracts her from the road, and suddenly an injured man appears right in front of her car. Joey quickly hits the brakes, causing her car to skid a bit and stop a little further down the road, but the man's life is saved. But as soon as Joey looks outside, the man falls down. Joey thinks about saving him. Then she sees some gang members chasing another man. That man falls while running. After that, the gang guys run their car over him and crush him. Seeing this, Joey gets choked up and now the gang members start coming toward her. Joey could have just started the car and driven away, but she doesn't. She wants to help the injured man lying on the road. It had happened. So, she quickly got out of the car and helped that man into her car. Before she could get away, the gang guys showed up. They caught Joey and started harassing her. Then right in front of her eyes, they brutally beat up the injured man. Seeing this, Joey got really scared and tried to run away. But the gang leader, Trey, aimed at Joey and shot her straight in the leg so she couldn't escape. After getting shot, Joey fell to the ground. Then, people take Joey to a hideout. There, they tie her to a bed with barbed wire, which digs into her hands. They torture Joey really badly, and she's writhing in pain. Meanwhile, Joey's boyfriend is worried because it's been a long time and she still hasn't come home. So he keeps texting her, but she doesn't reply. Then he notices the last photo Joey sent him. In that picture, he can see a board. He checks the board and finds out Joe's last location. He immediately calls the police, gives them Joe's location, and urges them to find her. Meanwhile, the gang members are physically torturing Joe, beating her badly. Joe is in terrible pain. They tell Joe that she's not the first girl they've done this to. Before her, they've tortured and killed many girls the same way. They say they run the whole area. He says, "I am that man. I'm the great-grandson who wiped out the Apache tribe." Then he opens a cabinet filled with human skulls. He explains that all these skulls belong to the Apache tribe, which my grandfather cut off during the war. He picks up one skull and shows it to Joe, telling him it's the skull of the Apache tribe leader. Hearing all this and seeing those skulls, Joe gets really scared. What Trey was saying here was completely true. In fact, Trey's words reveal that his grandpa was a colonel in the military, and about 100 years ago, when American soldiers fought the Apache tribe, my grandpa completely wiped out the Apache tribe in a brutal way. He even cut off their heads and kept them as trophies. Following in his footsteps, Trey also oppresses innocent people. After a while, they realize that Joey can't speak. So one of the guys says, "We shouldn't hurt her anymore. Let's just kill her now." But the gang leader, Trey, says, "Not so fast. Not yet, I want to torture her a bit more." Then they make a bet on this, and start playing cards. Trey says if he wins the game, he can do whatever he wants with the girl, but if you win, then you have to kill her. His partner agrees to Trey's terms, and they start playing. Joey, who's tied up in the other room, overhears everything. She realizes that if she stays tied up here, she's going to end up dead anyway. So she thinks, why not try to escape? As they play the game, they're busy. Meanwhile, Joey somehow manages to free herself from the barbed wire and quietly slips away from there. On the other side, Trey's friend wins the game, which means Joey is going to be killed now. He grabs a knife and goes to kill her. When he gets to her room, he sees that Joey has already freed herself and escaped. So he starts looking for her and spots her from a distance. He catches Joey and stabs her multiple times, killing her right there. The next day, the same old man on the street. He was selling handmade stuff by the roadside. He was out walking with his dog when the dog started sniffing around and led him to a dead body buried in the ground. When the man dug it up, he realized it was the same girl who had bought something from his shop a few days ago. After that, the man took Joey's body home, mixed some herbs to make medicine, and applied it to her wounds. Here, we learned that this old man also belonged to the same Apache tribe. This old man chants some spells and realizes just how brutally those cruel people killed that poor girl. After that, the old man starts doing black magic. He says some mantras and begins a ritual to bring Joe's soul back into the body. After a while, Joe's body suddenly lifts into the air. It turns out, a soul really had entered him. Joe's face looked super scary, his eyes had turned black, and he attacked the old man. But quickly the old man throws something at Joe and knocks him out. Joey's boyfriend, sitting in his car, sets out to find her himself. He ends up stopping at a hotel in the same area. Then we see Joey. When she comes to, she finds herself in the city. She spots a public phone and quickly calls her boyfriend, telling him she's alive and okay. Because she got hit in the head, she's finally able to speak. Hearing her voice, her boyfriend can't believe it. And once he knows Joey is alive, he's over the moon. He leaves. After that, the connection between the two gets cut off. And now Joe's boyfriend manages to track the location of that public phone and sets off towards it. Joe is right there at that spot. Then Joe sees a police officer and moves forward to ask for help. But just then, she realizes that the police officer is actually one of the gang members, and seeing him makes Joe really angry. That's when the real revenge begins. Joe follows that police officer and ends up inside a club, standing right behind him. It happens. Whenever a gang member sees Joe, he gets super scared. He can't believe his eyes. How did this girl come back to life again? We thought we had killed her. Then Joe's eyes turn completely black again. It looks like some evil soul has taken over her. Right then, a gang member attacks Joe. But Joe isn't the same Joe anymore. She starts beating him up badly, making him scream. Then Joe slashes his stomach with a glass bottle, and all his insides spill out. She drags him out and kills him. The club owner tries to shoot Joe with a weapon, but Joe knocks him out by hitting him with a chair. In the next scene, Joe's boyfriend arrives at the public phone location. He sees the police there, and asks them about Joe. The police officer tells him that a police officer was murdered here, and the person he's looking for isn't here. Just then Trey shows up with his gang. When he sees his friend's dead body, he gets really furious. Because his friend was brutally beaten up. He had no clue who did it. Just then, Joe's boyfriend shows up and shows them a photo of Joe, asking if they've seen her. When they see the picture, Trey tells his buddies to tell her to get out of here fast, or she'll get hurt too. Then Trey walks up to Joe's boyfriend and says, "You're wasting your time looking for this girl here because she must have gone somewhere else, not here." What she really meant was that you're wasting your time looking for this girl, because we've already killed her. Joe's boyfriend doesn't get what they're saying and tells them that Joe is still around here because Joe called me from this location just an hour ago. Hearing this, everyone in the gang is shocked. They move forward to kill Joe's boyfriend Dan. But then a police officer shows up and tells them to leave. When Joe opens her eyes, she finds herself in a wooden house. She finds it. Then suddenly, a door to a room opens by itself. When Joey looks inside, she sees all kinds of tools scattered around. Joey grabs a bow and arrow from there and walks away. In the next scene, we see the gang. At first, they refuse to believe that Joey is alive again. But still, to be sure, they go to the spot where they had buried Joey underground. When they get there, they see that Joey's dead body is missing. Seeing this, they get really freaked out. They leave, convinced that Joe is truly alive again. But one guy, the one who shot Joe, still can't accept that Joe's soul has come back into her body. He says maybe some wild animal took her dead body, because there's no way someone I shot could survive. But by now everyone was scared. So Trey tells everyone that they should leave their home for a few days, go somewhere far away so no one will spot them. And even if the police find out about Joe then, since we'll be far from the area, the police won't be able to arrest us. After that, everyone starts packing their stuff and heading home. But as one of the guys is leaving, he notices that someone has shot arrows and punctured the tires of his car. Seeing this, he gets really scared. He immediately calls his friends and says, "I feel like that girl is around here nearby." Just then, she comes up and shoots an arrow into his leg, making him fall down. After that, Joey starts shooting arrows at him non-stop until he dies. After that, Joey leaves from here, and the dead boy's friends arrive. When they get here, they see that someone has killed another one of their friends too, which makes them really angry. Then Joey notices that the body is slowly rotting. Seeing this, she goes to the old man and asks him for a solution. The old man then explains everything to her, that he found her body in a grave, and when he found her, there was no soul in her body. In other words, she was already dead. "So, I did a ritual to bring your soul back. But at the same time, another soul entered your body along with yours. And that other soul isn't just anyone. It belongs to the leader of the Apache tribe. He's been burning with a desire for revenge for years. He'll only be calm once he wipes out the entire family of the American colonel. The Apache leader chose your body because you both share the same enemy, that old man. Joe also tells you that your body is rotting. You don't have much time left. So, hurry up and do whatever you need to do." Meanwhile, all these gangsters realize that Joey won't spare them either. So Trey comes up with a plan to kidnap Joey's boyfriend, hoping Joey will come to them on her own, and then they'll trap and kill her. On the other hand, Joey's boyfriend is really sad, missing her and crying. Just then Trey and his guys show up and start beating him up. They drag him into their car and start driving off. But just as they're leaving, Joey shows up. She comes running and shoots an arrow into the neck of one of Trey's buddies, seriously injuring him and causing a lot of bleeding. Trey and his friend who had attacked her see Joey alive and start to run away. Joey chases after them and jumps onto their car. That's when a fight breaks out between Joey and the guy who hit her. Trey's friend stabs Joey several times with a knife, but it doesn't affect her at all. Seeing this, his eyes go wide in shock. Just as he's about to kill her, suddenly, he slams on the brakes, causing the one in front to fall to the ground. Then Trey, laughing, runs over him with the car multiple times, but it doesn't have any effect. Seeing this, Trey is shocked and realizes she can't be killed that way. After that, Trey speeds away and reaches his hideout, where they have Joe's boyfriend tied up. Their guy, the one Joe shot in the neck with an arrow, is there too, writhing in pain, but they won't let anyone take him to the hospital. They stayed because they were scared that Joe might reveal the location of our hideout. Here, Trey's friend says that when he looked into Joe's eyes, they were completely black. It felt like some kind of magic had brought a soul into them. Hearing this, Trey immediately figures out that it's the work of that old guy who sells handmade stuff. Trey says, "I know an old man who lives in the same area where you buried Joe's dead body, and I'm sure it's him because that old guy is also from the Apache tribe. He's a member, and he's the one who brought soul back into Joey's body." Trey ends up in bad shape and realizes Joey isn't going to let him go now. Then we see Trey hiring a bunch of guys with lots of guns for his security. Meanwhile, Joey is taping her severed body back together when the soul of the Apache tribe leader shows up in front of her. He gives Joey 2 weapons they used in battle. Night falls and Trey's injured friend is in a lot of pain. So, he just wanted to quietly go to the hospital. He quickly pulls his car out and heads that way. He was really scared, thinking that maybe Joey might come in front of him on the way. And that's exactly what happens. Suddenly, Joey appears right in front of his car and throws a rod at him. The rod hits him in the stomach, causing him to lose control of the car, which flips over, and Trey's friend dies too. Meanwhile, Trey starts telling Joey's boyfriend everything, how they all wronged Joe and tortured her badly. Hearing this, Joe's boyfriend felt really heartbroken and started crying over the abuse Joe went through. After a while, Trey found out that Joe had made it this far. When he saw Joe, he alerted all his friends. But Joe kept taking them out one by one. After that, Trey started looking for his friend, only to find out that Joe had killed him too. Just then, Joe appeared in front of Trey holding his friend's heart. It was the heart of the same friend who had stabbed him with a knife. Right there, Joe watches as a creature eats his friend's heart right in front of his eyes. Seeing this, Trey loses it, grabs a weapon and runs outside. Once outside, he spots a police officer. The officer tells him, "Don't run, just stand right here. I'll handle everything." But Trey pulls out a weapon, shoots the officer and bolts. After that, Joe goes to her boyfriend, who breaks down crying when he sees her. He tells Joe to stay with him, but she doesn't have much time. She had to get her revenge fast, so she left from there. Meanwhile, Trey approaches the old man, points a gun at him, and demands to know how Joy came back to life. The old man spills the whole truth and also tells Trey that right now, Joe has the soul of the Apache tribe's leader inside him. And that leader won't rest until he wipes out your entire family. Hearing this, Trey angrily asks the old man how he can get rid of all this. The old man replies that if you want to stay away from that girl, you'll have to deal with the Apache tribe. They're going to have to burn all the skulls, and only then will Joey's soul leave his body. After that, the police arrive at the place where Trey had attacked an officer. When the police enter the house, they find Joey's boyfriend tied up with a rope. They free him, and he explains the whole situation to the police. Then Joey shows up at Trey's house and kills his entire family, because Joey's body holds the soul of the Apache tribe, and she's determined to wipe out Trey's whole family. He stays there. Now Trey, listening to that old man, takes all the Apache tribe skulls and throws them into a pit. But then he notices one skull missing, the special skull of the Apache tribe leader. Just then Joey shows up with the leader's skull. Seeing her, Trey freaks out and to save himself, grabs a chainsaw and starts fighting her. They get into a big fight. Joey ends up cutting off one of Trey's hands, but Trey manages to saw through Joey's body with the chainsaw, splitting her into 2 pieces. But Joey doesn't care. After that, Joey attacks Trey so many times that she cuts his throat, which finally kills Trey too. This way, Joey gets her revenge against Trey and the Apache tribe leader. A little later, Joey's boyfriend arrives because the old man had called him there. He sees half of Joey's body in the grave. He tells Joey that he loves her very much, then burns Joey's body. As soon as he does that, Joey and the leader's souls find peace. That's because his revenge was complete. Joe's boyfriend had no idea what was going on there. So the old man tells him everything, what happened to Joe and why he killed those people. And with that, the story ends. If you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thanks.